Welcome to Spain, a country from the sun-drenched beaches of the Mediterranean to the mystical pilgrimage routes of ancient Galicia, where history whispers through cobblestone streets, where cultures blend like colors on an artist's palette, and where every corner holds a story waiting to be told. Spain occupies most of the Iberian Peninsula in southwestern Europe, bordered by the Atlantic Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, France, and Portugal. This remarkable nation boasts diverse landscapes from the green hills of Galicia to the arid plains of Castilla-La Mancha, creating a tapestry of experiences that will leave you spellbound. With over 47 million inhabitants speaking multiple languages, including Spanish, Catalan, Galician, and Basque, Spain represents a fascinating blend of cultures that have evolved over millennia. The Spanish story begins with ancient Iberians, continues through Roman conquest, Moorish occupation, and Christian reconquest, culminating in a global empire that shaped world history. From the architectural marvels of Islamic Al-Andalus to the artistic genius of Picasso and Gaudi, Spain has consistently been a cultural powerhouse that continues to inspire millions of visitors annually. But here's a question that I want you to ponder as we begin this journey. What transforms a simple destination into a life-changing experience? Is it the ancient stones that have witnessed centuries of human drama, the local flavors that dance on your tongue, or perhaps the moment when you realize you're standing exactly where history was made? Before we get started on this amazing adventure, I want you to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on the amazing trips we have planned. And here's the best part. Check out the links in the video description below for exclusive deals on flights and accommodation to all these beautiful destinations. Now let's explore the most beautiful destinations in Spain. Palma de Mallorca. Nestled in the heart of the Balearic Islands, Palma de Mallorca sits like a precious gem in the crystalline waters of the Mediterranean Sea. Located approximately 170 miles east of mainland Spain, this enchanting island capital enjoys a strategic position that has made it a coveted prize throughout history. The island's geography is a masterpiece of contrasts. Dramatic limestone cliffs plunge into turquoise coves, while fertile plains stretch inland toward the imposing Tramontana Mountains, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. cultural tapestry of Palma reflects centuries of diverse influences. Originally inhabited by the Talyottic people, the island fell under Roman rule in 123 BC, becoming known as Palmyra. The Romans laid the foundation for the city's enduring charm, establishing trade routes that would define its future prosperity. However, it was during the Islamic period, 921–229 AD, that Palma truly flourished as Palma de Mallorca, becoming a center of learning, commerce, and architectural innovation. The Christian conquest by King James I of Aragon in 1229 marked another transformative chapter. The magnificent Gothic Cathedral of Palma, known locally as La Seu, rose from the site of the former Great Mosque, its soaring spires reaching toward heaven while its windows cast rainbow patterns across ancient stones. This architectural marvel, with contributions from Antoni Gaudí, represents the perfect fusion of spiritual devotion and artistic genius. Famous destinations within Palma captivate every type of traveler. The historic Old Quarter, with its narrow streets and hidden courtyards, reveals centuries-old palaces like the Royal Palace of La Almudena, where Moorish and Gothic elements create an architectural dialogue across time. The bustling Passeig des Born offers world-class shopping and dining, while the harbour area buzzes with superyachts and traditional fishing boats sharing the same waters. Beyond the city, Mallorca's countryside unveils treasures like the dramatic Cap de Formentor, where lighthouse views stretch to infinity, and the mystical caves of Drach, where underground concerts echo through cathedral-like chambers. The charming village of Valdemossa, where Chopin and George Sand once found inspiration, continues to enchant visitors with its terraced gardens and mountain vistas. Palma de Mallorca combines stunning Mediterranean geography with rich multicultural history, from Roman origins through Islamic Golden Age to Christian transformation, offering visitors everything from Gothic architectural masterpieces and historic palaces to dramatic coastlines and mountain retreats, making it the perfect destination for culture enthusiasts, beach lovers, and adventure seekers alike. Zaragoza. Strategically positioned along the mighty Ebro River in northeastern Spain, Zaragoza serves as the vibrant capital of Aragon, and one of Spain's most historically significant cities. This landlocked metropolis sits at the crossroads of major transportation routes connecting Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, and Valencia, making it a natural meeting point of cultures, commerce, and conquest throughout the ages. The geographical setting of Zaragoza has shaped its destiny for over 2 millennia. The Ebro River Valley provides fertile agricultural land, while the surrounding hills offer natural defensive positions. This combination of navigable waterways and strategic elevation made the location irresistible to successive civilizations seeking to control trade routes between the Mediterranean and Atlantic worlds. Zaragoza's cultural identity emerges from layers of imperial influence. Founded as Caesar Augusta by Roman Emperor Augustus around 14 BC, the city became one of the most important Roman settlements in Hispania. Massive walls enclosed theaters, forums, and thermal baths, remnants of which still amaze visitors today. The Roman legacy lives on in the city's grid street pattern and archaeological treasures displayed in the underground museum beneath Plaza del Pilar. The Islamic conquest in 714 AD transformed Zaragoza into Zaragoza, capital of the Upper March of Al-Andalus. For nearly 4 centuries, Muslim, Christian, and Jewish communities coexisted, creating a rich intellectual and artistic environment. The Aljaferia Palace, one of Spain's finest examples of Islamic architecture, stands as testament to this golden age of tolerance and creativity. Christian reconquest in 1118 by Alfonso I of Aragon initiated another cultural renaissance. The city became the heart of the powerful crown of Aragon, which would eventually unite with Castile to form modern Spain. This period saw the construction of magnificent Gothic and Mudéjar churches, including the stunning Cathedral of San Salvador with its remarkable collection of tapestries and the iconic Basilica del Pilar. Famous destinations in Zaragoza tell the story of Spanish civilization itself. The Plaza del Pilar, one of Europe's largest public squares, hosts the breathtaking Basilica del Pilar, legendary site of the Virgin Mary's appearance to St. James. The Baroque towers and colorful domes reflect in the Ebro River, creating postcard-perfect scenes that have inspired pilgrims and artists for centuries. The Aljaferia Palace showcases the sophistication of Islamic Spain through its intricate geometric patterns, horseshoe arches, and peaceful courtyards. Later additions during the Christian period demonstrate how architectural styles evolved and merged over time. Today, It houses the Aragonese Parliament, symbolizing the continuity between past and present. Modern Zaragoza embraces innovation while honoring tradition. The 2008 International Exposition left a legacy of cutting-edge architecture along the Ebro, including the Bridge Pavilion and Water Tower. The historic center buzzes with tapas bars, museums, and cultural events that celebrate Zaragoza's role as a living bridge between Spain's diverse regions. Zaragoza stands as Spain's great crossroads city, where Roman foundations, Islamic artistic achievement, and Christian architectural grandeur converge along the fertile Ebro River Valley, offering visitors an unparalleled journey through Spanish civilization from ancient Caesar Augusta to modern innovation, perfectly positioned to explore the cultural treasures of northeastern Spain. Málaga. Málaga basks in the golden embrace of Spain's Costa del Sol, where the Mediterranean Sea meets the foothills of the Montes de Málaga mountain range in Andalusia's heart. This coastal jewel enjoys an enviable position along one of Europe's most celebrated shorelines, blessed with over 320 days of sunshine annually and temperatures that rarely disappoint. The city's natural harbor, protected by surrounding hills, has welcomed traders, conquerors, and travelers for over 2,800 years. The geographical advantages that made Málaga a Phoenician trading post around 770 BC continue to define its character today. Rivers Guadalmedina and Guadalhorce flow through the province, creating fertile valleys perfect for subtropical agriculture. The nearby mountains provide dramatic backdrops while moderating the coastal climate, creating the perfect conditions for the vineyards that produce sweet Málaga wine, once favored by European royalty. Malaga's cultural DNA reflects the passionate spirit of Andalusia while embracing international sophistication. As the birthplace of Pablo Picasso in 1881, the city holds a special place in art history. Young Pablo's early years wandering these sun-drenched streets, observing the interplay of light and shadow on whitewashed walls, profoundly influenced his revolutionary artistic vision. The Picasso Museum, housed in a beautifully restored 16th-century palace, traces the master's evolution from traditional Andalusian scenes to Cubist innovations. The historical development of Malaga reads like an epic novel of Mediterranean civilization. Phoenician merchants established Mallorca as a strategic trading hub, later inherited by Carthaginians and Romans who recognized its commercial potential. The Roman theater, discovered accidentally in 1951, still hosts performances where audiences sit, where Roman citizens once applauded classical dramas. Islamic conquest in 711 AD began Malaga's golden age as a crucial port in the Emirate and later Caliphate of Cordoba. The magnificent Alcazaba fortress, rising majestically above the Roman theater, showcases Moorish architectural mastery through its horseshoe arches, geometric tilework, and peaceful gardens. Connected by a winding path, the Gibralfaro Castle crowns the hill, offering panoramic views that explain why this position was so strategically valuable. Christian reconquest in 1487 marked the final chapter of the Reconquista, as the Catholic monarchs completed their campaign to unite Spain. The Renaissance cathedral, affectionately known as La Manquita, the one-armed lady, due to its unfinished second tower, dominates the historic center with its imposing Baroque facade and soaring interior spaces. The historic center, a pedestrian paradise of narrow streets and hidden plazas, reveals centuries of architectural evolution. The bustling Mercado Central de Atarazanas, built on the site of former Islamic shipyards, tantalizes visitors with fresh seafood, Iberian ham, and tropical fruits that thrive in this benevolent climate. The port area has been transformed into a sophisticated cultural district featuring the Centre Pompidou Malaga, bringing contemporary art to this ancient city. The palm-lined Paseo del Parque offers peaceful strolls between botanical gardens and the harbor, where luxury yachts share space with traditional fishing boats still bringing in the catch that supplies the city's renowned fish restaurants. Malaga's beaches stretch for miles along the Costa del Sol, from the urban convenience of Playa de la Malecta to the wilder beauty of Playa de Pedregulillo, where traditional fishing boats called jabgas are pulled up on the sand. Here, Caringuitos beach restaurants serve fresh sardines grilled over olive wood fires, a tradition that connects modern visitors to centuries of maritime culture. Malaga brilliantly balances its role as Picasso's birthplace and Costa del Sol's cultural capital with 2,800 years of Mediterranean history, from Phoenician traders to Islamic artisans to modern art museums, all set against stunning beaches and dramatic mountain backdrops that create the perfect environment for both cultural exploration and coastal relaxation. Marbella. Located in Málaga province, this sophisticated coastal city enjoys a privileged position 60 kilometers southwest of Málaga capital, blessed with a unique microclimate that maintains pleasant temperatures year-round and attracts international celebrities, business leaders, and discerning travelers seeking the perfect blend of luxury and authenticity. The geographical setting of Marbella is nothing short of spectacular. The towering Sierra Blanca range, reaching heights of over 1,200 meters, creates a natural amphitheater that protects the coastal plain from harsh northern winds while trapping warm Mediterranean air. This mountain barrier ensures that Marbella enjoys some of the mildest winters in Europe, with average temperatures rarely dropping below 15 degrees C even in January. Marbella's cultural evolution represents a fascinating transformation from humble fishing village to international playground while maintaining its essential Andalusian character. The old town, known locally as Casco Antiguo, preserves the intimate scale and traditional architecture that characterized southern Spanish coastal settlements for centuries. Narrow cobblestone streets wind between whitewashed houses, adorned with wrought iron balconies overflowing with geraniums, creating the picture-perfect vision of Andalusian charm. The historical development of Marbella began with Roman settlements drawn to the area's natural harbor and fertile coastal plains. Archaeological evidence suggests continuous habitation since prehistoric times, with successive cultures leaving their mark on this strategic coastal location. However, it was during the Islamic period that the settlement gained prominence as Marbella, a fortified town controlling coastal trade routes. Christian reconquest in 1485 brought Marbella under Castilian rule, but the town remained relatively isolated and dependent on fishing and agriculture until the mid-20th century. The transformation began in the 1940s when Prince Alfonso von Hohenlohe-Langenburg discovered Marbella's potential and established the exclusive Marbella Club Hotel in 1954. This landmark development attracted European aristocracy and Hollywood stars, establishing Marbella as a sophisticated resort destination. The 1960s and 1970s witnessed explosive growth as international investors recognized Marbella's unique combination of natural beauty, historical charm, and excellent infrastructure. The development of Nueva Andalusia and Puerto Banús created a new standard for luxury coastal living, with marina facilities, championship golf courses, and upscale shopping centers that rival those found in major European capitals. The historic Old Town centers around Plaza de los Naranjos, Orange Tree Square, where 16th-century buildings house sophisticated restaurants, art galleries, and boutique shops. The Renaissance Town Hall and ancient remains of the Moorish castle remind visitors that beneath Marbella's modern polish lies centuries of fascinating history. Puerto Banús, inaugurated in 1970, revolutionized the concept of luxury marinas in Europe. This architectural masterpiece, inspired by Mediterranean fishing villages, but executed with impeccable attention to detail, hosts some of the world's most impressive superyachts while offering world-class shopping, dining, and nightlife. The contrast between traditional fishing boats and multi-million-euro yachts perfectly symbolizes Marbella's ability to honor its past while embracing modernity. Marbella's beaches offer something for everyone, from the lively atmosphere of Playa de la Fontanilla to the exclusive beach clubs that define Costa del Sol luxury. The promenade connecting central Marbella to Puerto Banús provides scenic walks with mountain and sea views, while world-class golf courses take advantage of the exceptional climate and stunning scenery. Marbella masterfully combines authentic Andalusian village charm with international luxury resort sophistication, protected by dramatic Sierra Blanca mountains and blessed with exceptional Mediterranean climate, offering visitors everything from historic cobblestone streets and traditional plazas to exclusive marinas, championship golf courses, and world-class beaches that define the ultimate Costa del Sol experience. Cuenca. Cuenca rises like a medieval dream from the rugged landscape of Castilla-La Mancha, where the Júcar and Júcar rivers have carved dramatic gorges through limestone plateaus, creating one of Spain's most breathtaking urban landscapes. Perched precariously between river valleys at an altitude of nearly 1,000 meters above sea level, this World Heritage City defies gravity with its famous hanging houses that seem to float between earth and sky, creating an architectural phenomenon that has captivated visitors for over 8 centuries. The surrounding landscape of the Serranía de Cuenca reveals geological wonders that complement the city's architectural marvels. The nearby Ciudad Encantada, Enchanted City, showcases bizarre limestone formations sculpted by millions of years of erosion, creating natural sculptures with names like the Stone Elephant and the Roman Bridge. These otherworldly formations demonstrate the same geological processes that shaped Cuenca's dramatic setting. Cuenca's cultural identity reflects the harsh beauty and practical ingenuity required to thrive in such challenging terrain. The city developed a reputation for producing skilled craftsmen, particularly woodworkers and metalworkers, whose expertise was essential for maintaining the precarious hanging houses and creating the intricate details that adorn the city's churches and palaces. Christian conquest in 1177 by Alfonso VII of Castile marked the beginning of Cuenca's golden age. The new Christian rulers, recognizing the city's strategic importance, invested heavily in fortifications and religious architecture. The magnificent Gothic cathedral, begun in the 12th century, showcases French architectural influences while adapting to the challenging topography that defines Cuenca's character. Medieval prosperity came from Cuenca's position along major trade routes and its thriving textile industry. Wool from the vast sheep ranches of Castilla-La Mancha was processed in Cuenca's mills before being exported throughout Europe. This economic success funded the construction of the palaces and churches that give the old city its remarkable architectural richness. The hanging houses, now housing the Museum of Spanish Abstract Art, offer visitors the surreal experience of standing in rooms that project over a 100-meter drop to the river below. The sensation of floating above the gorge while surrounded by masterworks of contemporary Spanish art creates an unforgettable fusion of natural wonder and cultural achievement. The Cathedral of Cuenca, one of Spain's first Gothic churches, demonstrates how French architectural styles were adapted to Spanish conditions and preferences. The facade, rebuilt in the 20th century after collapse, maintains the building's essential Gothic character while incorporating modern engineering techniques. Inside, the chapels contain remarkable altarpieces and religious art that span 7 centuries of Christian devotion. The Plaza Mayor, part of Cuenca's social life, showcases the colorful architecture that characterizes Spanish provincial capitals. Surrounded by buildings that display centuries of architectural evolution, from Gothic foundations to Baroque facades to modern restorations, the square demonstrates Cuenca's ability to honor its past while adapting to contemporary needs. The San Pablo Bridge, spanning the Haicar Gorge, offers the most spectacular views of the hanging houses while providing visitors with a thrilling perspective on Cuenca's gravity-defying urban planning. This iron and wood structure, originally built in 1902, allows photographers to capture images that seem to defy the laws of physics. Cuenca presents one of the world's most extraordinary examples of architecture adapted to dramatic topography, where medieval hanging houses cantilever over river gorges, while Gothic cathedrals and Renaissance palaces demonstrate 8 centuries of building innovation, all set within a UNESCO World Heritage landscape that combines urban architectural marvels with nearby natural wonders like the surreal limestone formations of Ciudad Encantada. Santiago de Compostela. Located in northwestern Spain near the Atlantic coast, this sacred city represents the culmination of the Camino de Santiago, Europe's most famous pilgrimage route, which has drawn millions of spiritual seekers, cultural enthusiasts, and adventure travelers for over a millennium. The geographical setting of Santiago reflects Galicia's unique character within Spain. Unlike the arid landscapes of central Spain or the Mediterranean coastlines, Galicia enjoys an oceanic climate that produces lush green countryside reminiscent of Ireland or Scotland. Rolling hills covered in ancient oak forests give way to fertile valleys where traditional stone villages preserve Celtic influences that predate Roman conquest. This landscape of mist and mystery provides the perfect backdrop for a city built around spiritual pilgrimage and cultural preservation. The cultural identity of Santiago de Compostela interweaves Christian devotion with ancient Celtic traditions and distinctive Galician customs. The city serves as capital of Galicia, one of Spain's autonomous communities with its own language, Gallego, musical traditions, and culinary specialties. The sound of gaitas, Galician bagpipes, echoing through medieval streets reminds visitors that this corner of Spain maintains connections to Celtic heritage that stretch back thousands of years. The historical development of Santiago began with one of Christianity's most important legends. According to tradition, the Apostle Saint James, Santiago in Spanish, preached in Spain before returning to Jerusalem, where he was martyred in 44 AD. His remains were miraculously transporting back to Galicia, where they remained hidden until their discovery by a hermit following a star in 813 AD. The name Compostela derives from Campus Stelli, field of stars, commemorating this divine revelation. The construction of Santiago's magnificent cathedral began in 1075 under Bishop Diego Pellez, designed to accommodate the thousands of pilgrims arriving annually. This architectural masterpiece showcases Romanesque foundations with Gothic and Baroque additions that reflect centuries of continuous devotion and artistic evolution. The cathedral's Portico de la Gloria, created by Master Mateo in the 12th century, represents one of medieval art's greatest achievements, with sculptured figures so lifelike they seem ready to step from their stone columns. The Cathedral of Santiago dominates the city's skyline with its soaring towers and Baroque facade, rebuilt in the 18th century to replace the original Romanesque frontage. Inside, the elaborate altar houses the silver casket containing St. James's remains, while the famous Botafumeiro, giant incense burner, swings through the nave during special ceremonies, creating clouds of fragrant smoke that transport visitors to medieval times. Plaza del Obradoiro, one of Europe's most beautiful squares, showcases Santiago's architectural evolution through 4 distinct facades representing different periods and styles. The cathedral's Baroque facade faces the neoclassical Raji Palace, now City Hall, the Renaissance Hostel de los Reyes Católicos, now a luxury Parador hotel, and the Gothic College of San Jeronimo, creating a harmonious ensemble that demonstrates Spanish architectural mastery across centuries. The Old City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserves medieval streets where pilgrims have walked for over 1,000 years. Stone arcades shelter traditional shops selling jet jewelry, azabache, Celtic-inspired crafts, and religious souvenirs. The University of Santiago, founded in 1495, continues to bring youthful energy to ancient streets while maintaining scholarly traditions that have made Santiago an important center of learning. Santiago de Compostela stands as Europe's greatest pilgrimage destination, where over 1,000 years of Christian devotion have created architectural masterpieces, including one of Spain's finest cathedrals, all set within Galicia's distinctive Celtic-influenced culture and lush green landscapes, offering visitors a profound spiritual and cultural experience, whether they arrive as pilgrims having walked the ancient Camino routes, or as travelers seeking to understand this unique corner of Spanish civilization. Girona. Girona perches majestically along the banks of the Onyar River in northeastern Spain, where colorful houses reflect in flowing waters, while medieval walls embrace one of Europe's best-preserved historic centers. Located in Catalonia, just 100 kilometers northeast of Barcelona and 60 kilometers from the French border, this enchanting city serves as both a gateway to the Pyrenees and Costa Brava, while maintaining its distinct Catalan identity and remarkable architectural heritage that spans over 2 millennia. The geographical position of Girona has shaped its destiny as a crossroads between civilizations, cultures, and natural landscapes. The city sits at the confluence of 4 rivers, Onyar, Ter, Güell, and Galligants, creating fertile valleys that have supported human settlement since ancient times. The surrounding landscape transitions from Mediterranean coastal plains to Pyrenean foothills, providing Girona with diverse agricultural resources and strategic defensive positions that made it one of Catalonia's most important fortress cities. The cultural character of Girona reflects its role as a proud Catalan city with deep connections to European intellectual and artistic traditions. As home to one of medieval Europe's most important Jewish communities and later a center of Renaissance learning, Girona developed a cosmopolitan atmosphere that persists today. The city's commitment to preserving and promoting Catalan language and culture, while embracing international visitors and contemporary art, creates a dynamic environment where ancient traditions flourish alongside modern innovation. The historical development of Girona began with Iberian settlements later conquered by Romans who established Gerona as a fortified town controlling routes between Hispania and Gaul. Roman walls, gates, and archaeological remains still visible today demonstrate the city's early importance as a military and commercial center. The strategic position made Girona a target for successive invasions, earning it the nickname City of 1,000 Sieges due to its remarkable ability to resist conquest throughout history. The city's Jewish quarter, known as El Call, became one of Europe's most important centers of Jewish learning, producing renowned scholars, physicians, and philosophers including Nachmanides, one of medieval Judaism's greatest thinkers. The narrow streets of El Call, among the world's best-preserved medieval Jewish quarters, tell the story of cultural coexistence and intellectual achievement that ended tragically with the expulsion of Jews from Spain in 1492. The Cathedral of Girona, with the world's widest Gothic nave, dominates the old city from its position atop the Roman Forum. The Baroque facade conceals a Gothic interior of breathtaking proportions, while the Treasure Museum displays the famous Creation Tapestry, an 11th century masterpiece that depicts the medieval worldview in exquisite embroidered detail. The colorful houses along the Oniar River have become Girona most photographed landmark, their pastel facades creating perfect reflections in the flowing water. These buildings, constructed directly over the medieval walls, showcase centuries of architectural evolution while maintaining the intimate scale that makes Girona such a walkable and livable city. The ancient walls of Girona, among Europe's finest examples of medieval fortification, provide spectacular walking paths with panoramic views over the city and surrounding countryside. The walls connect towers, gates, and defensive structures that tell the story of Giriona's thousand-year resistance to siege and conquest. Girona presents one of Europe's finest examples of medieval urban planning, where Roman foundations support Gothic cathedrals and perfectly preserved Jewish quarters, all contained within ancient walls that overlook the colorful reflections of riverside houses, creating a uniquely Catalan experience that combines architectural heritage, cultural pride, and contemporary sophistication in one of Spain's most photogenic and historically significant cities. As our journey through these 7 Spanish treasures comes to an end, we've discovered that Spain's greatest gift isn't just its stunning landscapes or magnificent architecture. It's the profound lesson that diversity creates strength, and that preserving the past while embracing the future leads to the richest possible human experience. From Palma de Mallorca's island serenity to Giriona's medieval grandeur, each destination has taught us something essential about living well. Málaga showed us how creativity flourishes when cultures meet and blend. Marbella demonstrated that luxury and authenticity can coexist beautifully. Cuenca proved that with ingenuity and determination, humans can create beauty in the most challenging circumstances. Santiago de Compostela reminded us that some journeys matter more than destinations, while Zaragoza illustrated how great cities serve as bridges between different worlds and times. Now I'm curious, which of these 7 Spanish destinations sparked your wanderlust most intensely? Are you drawn to the spiritual journey of Santiago's pilgrimage paths, the architectural impossibility of Cuenca's hanging houses, or perhaps the glamorous beaches of Marbella, where luxury meets Andalusian charm? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more incredible travel adventures. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest discoveries, and share this video with fellow travelers who might be dreaming of Spanish adventures. Until our next journey together, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep the spirit of adventure alive in your heart.